Welcome back to World Traveler Cooking, the show where we cover interesting dishes and interesting cuisines from around the world. This week, today, we're going to do a French apple tart, or tarte aux pommes. Now, tarte aux pommes, yeah, I'm again probably butchering the pronunciation, I don't speak French, is a very basic apple pie in its basic sense. It's simpler in many regards than the American apple pie. But sometimes simplicity can hide a really, great flavor profile. So I'm excited to try this today. Our ingredients are super simple. I have stuff for the pie crust. So 300 grams of flour, 120 grams of butter, and I have a little bit of salt added here. As you may know, I don't add sugar to my pie crusts just because I want you to taste the pie rather than the crust. Then we have a kilogram of apples. I'm not 100% sure if I'll use all of them, but we will see. A bit of vanilla sugar. And normally the French don't use sugar with their apples pies, but we might in this case just because the sort of green apples I could get are Granny Smith's and they're a bit on the sour side. So maybe I'll add a little sugar, maybe I won't, we will see. But if you're using like the green or yellow apples in France, you shouldn't need to add any sugar. So what we're going to do next is we're going to peel and cut most of our apples here. Usually it's about 2/3 of the apples you're going to cut. So it's going to be, I think, 6 of these 9 apples. And we're going to start simmering them with some water in the... So, we have our chopped apples here, and I've added like half a cup or 150 milliliters or so of water. Doesn't need to be exact. And we're going to slowly cook this covered until everything is really soft, and ideally most of these pieces have dissolved. While the sauce is cooking, I will start on my pie crust, and of course, work the butter. Of course, if you're an American, you'll probably just use a pastry cutter for this part. But yeah, I'm just gonna work this in. I will add the water until I get a nice ball, and then we'll be back. Once I have my pie crust, I'm going to let it rest in the refrigerator until I'm ready for it. So, to assemble this, I take my compote and I'm going to spread a layer of it on the bottom. Sorry. And then I'm going to arrange the apples on top. So, once this is done, then it's a matter, you can sort of arrange the apples however you'd like. Circles, spirals, those sorts of things are all common. But we do want a relatively even base on this. So what I'm doing here is I'm setting these upright in the sort of compote layer, and then I will push them over to make the decorative swirls. Now, part of the reason I'm doing this is it will make it easy to add more between existing ones if I need to. And I do have a couple more apples if I find that I don't have enough. So, let's, I'll be back when I have all these up. So then, what I'm going to do, starting on the outside, I'm going to if there are areas here which seem like they need a little bit of changing, I will do that. And we have this nice set of concentric circles here. Next, this will go in the oven for up to 30 minutes. We do want to make sure that we don't burn stuff. And but before we do that, we're going to put just a little butter on top. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to put some butter slices on top. And the butter will just add that extra richness to the pie. So again, basically our flavors here are apples, vanilla sugar, and butter. And a very little, yeah, and I guess that's about all. I didn't add any sugar. This should all be very good as it is. So, and this goes into the oven, and then we'll be back. So when I look at this, I see that the butter's melted in to the layer here. This is looking very nice. I'll be back after this has a chance to cool, and we'll do a taste test. And now for the taste test. This is bright. The apple flavors are bright, they just come through. This is delicious. I'm not sure I would serve it for like Thanksgiving in the US because it doesn't quite fit in my view of sort of an apple pie, but like just as a, well, maybe I would. But this is just such of a nice, bright apple pie. I don't really know how to describe it otherwise. It's just, it has a really, really fruity, fresh flavor. Absolutely delicious. Masterpiece of cuisine. Now, if you like this content, you'd like to see more of it, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have anything to say about this video, love to hear from you in the comments. At any rate, bon appetit, and see you next week.